I'm learning French in 30 days. 15 years. That's how many years of my life I've spent learning French in a classroom. And this is all I have to show for it.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Ameer. Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît?
But that's all gonna change because over the next 30 days, I'm gonna try to become as fluent as I possibly can.
Now you might be thinking, Ameer, that's impossible. Why are you even doing this in the first place? Well, in 30 days, I'm gonna be going on a trip to Paris.
And while I'm there, my goal is to immerse myself in the culture, connect with the locals, and also order my favorite pastry in the entire world, a pain au chocolat. For the ultimate test of my proficiency, I'm gonna have a conversation with a stranger in French.
Ce n'est pas facile.
But beyond just being a cool challenge, this is genuinely something that's important to me. In Canada, where I'm from, French is the second official language, and so I began learning it in preschool. But despite always getting high grades, I've never actually learned how to speak, I've never read a book, and I've never had a conversation in French. And I'm not the only person who feels this way.
Do you remember anything from French class?
I learned nothing. Literally nothing.
Absolutely not.
Nothing at all.
According to the Canadian Council on Learning, although most Canadian school children are taught English or French as a second language in school, these lessons often fail to yield functional bilingualism. So why the hell are we doing them in the first place? This literally makes no What I meant to say is, in 30 days of self-directed learning beat 15 years in a classroom. Let's find out. Alright, today is officially day 1 of my 30-day challenge. I'm feeling excited and I'm feeling very, very nervous because I don't know what the hell I've signed myself up for. Anyways, I've got to hit my first set of drills right now, so let's get into it. I'm on a website, busu.com, and I'm about to take a placement test to see where my French level is at. Let's see what happens.
Je vais marcher. Okay, so that's present. Vous partez. I'm gonna get Marie achète le fromage et de lait dans le feu.
Je suis en retard. Je vais prendre un taxi.
What did he just say? You have reached level A1 in French. You will be placed in level 46 of A1 beginner learning. And that's what 15 years of French language learning looks like. A1 beginner. So given the fact that I absolutely suck at French, I need a plan. So here's what I've got. This challenge is going to be divided up into 3 phases that each correspond to a level of language proficiency according to the Common European Framework of Reference. It usually takes people months to work through each of these levels. But my goal over the next 30 days is to go from A1 beginner all the way to B1 intermediate. As for the exact method, I'll leave every resource that I used in the description below. But for now, all you need to know is we've got a long way to go. De rien? De rien? How do they say their R's? What the hell? French R is so hard. Today's day 6, and I just stumbled upon something that I wish I discovered 6 days earlier. So one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, Nathaniel Drew, is well known for learning languages in a really condensed period of time. I just discovered that on his website he has an entire French language learning resource kit. It's all just there for free. Like, bruh. But on the 7th day, reality started to sink in. Alright, I won't lie, I'm starting to feel a little discouraged. This is going to be a way harder undertaking than I originally thought, and I really don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off. To be honest, I have not been doing a very good job over the last 2 days. I think I've really fallen off my goal of practicing every day. So as you can see, I still have a 10-day streak, but it's not because I'm actually really doing the most. I need to get back on it, and I think I know exactly the person who's going to be able to help me. Yeah.
Okay.
Bonjour, je suis ici avec mon ami
Chiara.
Et je vais essayer de parler français.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
My conversation with Chiara was officially my first ever conversation in something that kind of resembles French.
Yeah, bien.
Bien.
She was so kind and patient, answering all of my questions and correcting my mistakes, of which there were plenty.
Bonjour, je voudrais une pain au chocolat, s'il vous plaît.
Un. Une is for like feminine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's masculine.
It's yeah.
I've been wrong this entire time.
It's okay.
She also gave me the encouragement that I needed to keep going.
Je pense que tu peux réussir.
Oui? Oui, vraiment?
Ton français est très bien. Pour 11 jours, incroyable.
Merci.
De rien.
But also, most importantly,
Putain.
Putain, right.
Putain.
Alright, so I just got done studying French with Chiara, and that was so helpful. Her encouragement was exactly what I needed. And I'm determined to keep on studying. She gave me some good advice, and I feel really inspired.
So harnessing this newfound inspiration, I found my rhythm again and got some new wins.
I just completed my passé composé quiz, and I scored 100%. Wow. hate to flex, but I can now speak in the past tense. My pronunciation feels like it's getting better. The R is getting a lot easier to say, so I can easily say parler, généreuse, je m'appelle Ameer, la France. Oh, and most importantly, croissant.
And I also reached an important milestone.
Je suis arrivé à A2. Je suis très content, mais... Comment dis-tu over the next 14 days?
Au cours des 14 prochains jours.
Au cours des 14... I'm just gonna do this in English. I started off this challenge at like halfway through A1, and in 14 days I've made it to French A2 level. And while I'm happy about that and everything, that just means that over the next 14 days, I'm gonna be challenging myself to get from A2 to B1 in 14 days. That's something that takes people months.
And faced with such an ambitious goal, I knew that I needed to get some serious professional help. So I went to a language learning website called italki.com. They're not sponsoring this video, I wish they were, and found myself a language tutor.
And I have a lesson with them in 30 seconds, so let me get ready to talk.
Combien de fois par semaine tu manges un pain au chocolat? C'est quoi ton ratio?
C'est mal. He was so chill. He was so chill. Like, what the heck? I like this guy. He was so chill.
But for real, I actually learned more in that 30-minute lesson than I did in 15 years of French class.
He's such a good teacher.
And as my skills evolved, so too did our conversations.
Est-ce que toi, tu penses en général que c'est une bonne idée d'imposer les citoyens?
C'est une bonne question.
But to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm progressing fast enough. I haven't even reached B1 yet, and time isn't on my side.
There are officially less than 10 days, and to be honest with you, I feel completely unprepared. Genuinely don't know if I'm going to be able to do this just because my French, it's progressing, but not at the pace necessary to complete this in the next 30 days. I know that over the next 9 days, I'm going to have to throw everything that I have at this.
It's time I double down. On the train, at school, in between classes, whenever I had a free moment, I was studying. But while this intensity was necessary, it also pushed me dangerously close to the edge of burnout.
This feels impossible, and my head just hurts. The sheer volume of things that I'm learning every day. It feels like daily, perpetual cramming for an exam. But I know I can't take a single break because I know if I do, I'm gonna start falling behind, and that I can't afford that.
At this point, I'm honestly thinking, you know what? Maybe I should just give up. If I just don't make the video, no one's gonna know that I failed the challenge. But my girlfriend Annie had a different perspective.
I know it's tough, but this is where you build yourself up, right? I see how much work that you're putting in and just how much effort and passion that you're dedicating to this. It's not just a challenge for you anymore, right? I feel like you realize that it's someone that you want to be. Like, you want to be one that can communicate and connect. It's not just for 30 days. Like, you want it to be something that you can keep on doing forever, right?
Word. And now I realize it's exactly what Andrew Huberman said. I need to affirm to myself, during this point of maximum mental strain, I am doing this by choice and because I love it. I'm doing this by choice and because I love it. Effort is the reward. Or in your words,
doing it is fun.
So empowered by a new sense of purpose, I pushed through the final 7 days.
Okay, y'all, I think I just had a little bit of a breakthrough. I'm feeling way more French by the day. I feel like I'm really zeroing in on a system that works for me. Guys, I finally did it. I finally did it, oh my god.
And with the help of my tutors, my confidence came back too.
Je suis vraiment impressionné et je suis vraiment choqué parce que tu as un niveau intermédiaire que en général les gens passent des années et des années pour atteindre un niveau pareil. Et donc je suis vraiment impressionné.
Merci, je t'apprécie.
Voilà. Merci beaucoup.
And just like that, my friends, today is the final day of the challenge, and I am leaving to Paris very, very soon. This has easily been one of the most challenging things that I've ever done, but also it has been extraordinarily gratifying in ways that I never thought that it could be. I didn't know that learning languages could be so fun and just so enlightening and just humbling. It's just given me so much more respect for people who came from other countries and speak great English because they had to learn it somewhere, somehow, and go through that humbling process. Anyways, this challenge has been difficult, it's been exhausting, but it has been so fulfilling, and it is far from over because in a few hours I will be on a flight to Paris. Okay, so I just got here to the airport, and as I'm starting to sit down and practice, it's starting to hit me that, oh my god, I'm surrounded by native speakers. I'm literally going to the home country of this freaking language, and I feel so intimidated. Not gonna lie, I was nervous the entire way there, but it was a good kind of nervous. The kind that reminds you that you're moving towards something important.
All right, y'all, today is the day that we've all been waiting for. We're gonna go have some conversations and see if these last 30 days really made a difference.
All right, y'all, so today I will be challenging myself to go further than I've ever gone before. All of my conversations thus far, whether with Chiara or my tutors, have been partially in English. So my goal today is simple. Have a conversation entirely in French without relying on any English whatsoever, and hopefully develop a deeper understanding of French society. But first, I've got to find somebody to talk to.
Bonjour. Oh, shit, parkour, parkour.
Le parcours.
Luckily, I didn't need to look too far. As I stepped into a taxi, I knew this is it. Guys, at this point, I literally want to throw up. My heart is racing faster than our Parisian taxi driver, and I feel like a 4-year-old with a mouthful of wood glue. But when I think about how much work it took to get here, I know that there's only one thing left for me to do.
C'est notre première fois à Paris. Oui. Quel est ton endroit préféré?
Quel endroit préféré à Paris?
Oui.
Déjà, vous devez connaître la Tour Eiffel.
Oh, oui.
Voilà.
Oui, évidemment.
Il y a la Tour Eiffel.
Oui.
Vous restez combien de temps?
Pardon?
Combien de temps à Paris?
Une semaine.
Une semaine?
Oui.
La Tour Eiffel, l'Arc de Triomphe. Sinon, voilà. Mais là, en ce moment, vous n'êtes pas venu, je ne sais pas si vous comprenez, à la bonne période. Beaucoup de manifestations.
Oh, oui, j'ai entendu de ça. Et, oh mon Dieu. C'est dommage.
Ah, oui.
C'est dommage. Qu'est-ce qu'il se passe avec des manifestations?
La grève, parce que les politiques, le président
Macron.
Voilà, ils veulent mettre la retraite jusqu'à 64 ans.
Oui,
Les Français veulent que ça reste à 62 ans. Et du coup, elles sont pas contents. Voilà.
Je vois. Pensez-vous qu'il y aura d'autres manifestations? Oui.
Il va en avoir peut-être mardi.
Oh, mardi? Oh, ok.
Mardi, vous allez où mardi? Vous allez où,
non.
D'accord.
Non.
Bah, faut regarder, faut demander. Vous allez dans un hôtel là?
Une Airbnb.
Après, vous, ça va pas trop vous affecter parce que vous allez marcher. Voilà. Le problème, c'est quand si vous prenez un taxi pour aller là-bas, si vous tombez dans les bouchons, ça c'est le problème. Vous promenez, vous marchez avec eux, ou puis vous faites une manifestation.
C'est notre première fois à Paris et nous marchons dans une manifestation. Très français.
We continued talking for the entire 20-minute car ride, and the whole time, I was just fully in the moment.
C'est ok. C'est ok.
Comme ça.
He asked me how long I had been speaking French for, so I told him about the challenge, to which he replied,
Ce n'est pas facile. C'est pas facile.
En un mois, là, tu te débrouilles très bien.
Merci.
Bravo, félicitations.
Merci.
Well, that was the freaking conversation, y'all. I wasn't expecting to have it so early, but he was so nice. Musa, my man Musa. I will not forget that. Such a nice guy.
I was so proud. I was like, oh my god, he's speaking and communicating with the guy, and he's like speaking on and on and on and on, and I'm like, wow.
That was exhilarating. That really was. But it also felt fun. Like, I wasn't thinking too much about it. I was just like, yeah, let's just talk and have a conversation. And he was really nice.
So how confident do you feel now? Do you feel a little better?
Évidemment, mon français a encore besoin de beaucoup de travail. Mais quand je pense à ce que j'étais il y a 30 jours et à ce que je suis aujourd'hui, je suis très fier.
Bonjour, ça va?
But most of all, I'm glad that I can finally get what I really came here for.
Yeah, merci. Oh.